What up, everybody? It's your boy Pyro Slays Music, and today we're checking out The Fear of Letting Go, Hollowfront's 2023 LP. I enjoy Hollowfront, seen them live. Shout out to my boy Stick, one of my childhood friends, and basically all my friend group. I reached out to them towards the beginning of the year and said, hey, is there an album you would like me to check out as a whole? And at some point during the year, I will get to that. And this was Stick's choice. You'll see more of Stick as we do reactions. We just scheduled one of our first reaction setups with him this upcoming Monday with me, him, and Chuck. So that'll be fun if everything works out. And it's honestly going to be nice because his music style and mine are I think I'm a little more diverse, but we always, when we were growing up, listened to just threw an album in and just hung out and bullshitted while we listened to some music. So that was always nice, and it'll be nice to do that again with these kinds of reactions. But yeah, shout out to him for this request. Let's go ahead and get into this. Now, before I jump in, I will say, obviously, if you're a Hollowfront fan, make sure you go out and support the band. You can do that in multiple ways. You can buy merch. You can buy tickets to live shows. Obviously, if you're broke, like most of us in this economy, you can just follow them on their socials and support them via community. So that's free. But I absolutely loved Loose Threads and The Price of Dreaming. Was there an older one as well? No, Loose Threads was their first. The Price of Dreaming was great. Don't know why I never really got around to The Fear of Letting Go. But there were a few tracks on it that I am aware of. Obviously, probably heard via singles or stuff like that. So Letting Go, featuring Dakota Alvarez, and Crash and Burn featuring JT Cavey. I think it's Cavey. And I know I probably went on my way to check out Crash and Burn because JT was the lead vocalist for Texas in July, as well as Era. So I really enjoy his stuff already. So those two tracks I am aware of going into this, okay? Let's go ahead and give her a listen all the way through. The Fear of is our first track.
It's the
All right, The Fear of, track 1. I really, while this is the kind of metalcore I fell in love with, just being upfront. You have a little bit of those cleans, you have a little bit of the heavy, there's a nice mixture. Lyrically, though, it's another thing that I fell in love with when I first discovered metalcore, and that is kind of the frustration. I felt this a lot more in my 20s, but the frustration at the inability to make myself a better person. And like, if it was almost like, it's almost like, you know, I wanted to be a better person, and I wanted to streamline that. But I think a lot of the times you become a better person via experience, from things you've experienced that you obviously didn't feel, you know, right about in your past, and you learn from those, and that makes you change severely. But I don't know. The like struggle here lyrically is something that I can relate to. The angst, the anger surrounding it, I get it. It's like a weird, kind of frustration too, you know, and like you want to be a better person, but then you go out and you keep fucking up. Like you're almost like a victim to yourself, you know? And I think a lot of us have felt that. And this is one of the things, again, that I fell in love with metalcore, is the ability to relate to the lyrics. And then the screaming gives that angst or the frustration that you're feeling in your chest a voice. So really like this track a lot. I'm going to go 7.5, even if it is, you know, your rather typical metalcore song. I'm a fan of the writing, the mixes. There was an interesting little club beat kind of going on at times, which swapped things up. It was just funny. It reminded me of, oh my God, I can't think of their name, but they sang Savages. Breathe Carolina, their old school stuff when they did a little bit of screamo, a little bit of that club sound. I haven't listened to that in years. But I might have to go back to that and see how bad it is now. Track 2, We're All Left Suffering. The Fear of goes in a playlist.
light. Have we lost ourselves, trapped in our own delusion? Have we ever only truly brave? Will you despair? Our curse to remain here. Will we ever get to truly brave? For those dig deeper, singing the cloud away from my throat. My mind, place of victim, devouring every shred of love. Descend to the madness with me. Together, to the darkest walls that no one will ever see. The lights that we must go, without justice to suffer me. They tranquil, so good for everything. Let's break their fucking hearts. It's not enough, but I think that the stars. How can we ever succeed to rhyme when it's nauseous brain? Have you ever felt the sting of this human disease? Generation left undone, when we were promised everything. The darkness from the world, and we're all left suffering. Have we lost ourselves, trapped in our own delusion? Have we ever only truly brave? Will you despair? Our curse to remain here. Will we ever get to truly brave?
My neck got a kink in it from headbanging, and that's a sign that you're getting too old for this shit. Instant playlist. Instant playlist. I like the ups. I like the downs. I like the, there's just a different vibe about this. And again, this isn't super complicated metalcore. So typically I'm rather picky on that. If metalcore sounds a little samey-ish. And it's not that it sounds same-ish, but it does have it's metalcore, right? I think I'm going to go with mid-7 on that one as well. Maybe low 7, mid-7. Somewhere in there, but it's good. It's good. It's in a playlist. I like it, again, lyrically, really nice. And I like the cleans and the heavies here. Let's keep it moving. Will I Run?
When my mind goes numb, when my veins burn cold, when the pain turns to rage, will I run? Will I run? watch you go up. I know it's not enough, but I'll take this pain and turn it into love. I won't run again, no matter what was said, 'cause nothing in this world will keep me from you. I won't run again, all the places I've been, these roads will lead me back to you. When my mind goes numb, when my face sparkles, when my pain turns to rage.
Okay, so there were aspects of that I wasn't a huge fan of, and it was more so like the rock side of this, like the hard rock side of this. We've heard it a lot, but there were a lot of change-ups, and I'll be honest, I'll come right back to this song for that little guitar math rocky vibe that they were during the Will I Run part. Love that. I'll come back to the song just for that. I'll be honest with you guys. That was really nice, but I like the cleans and the heavies here. No real big complaints, but I think this is a little closer to average for me. Let's go high fives, low sixes, up in there, that range. Over the Cradle. Playlist. I'll put that in the playlist.
You are not who you're working for. Not even though
That's a banger. And damn, is that hard hitting lyrically. I think this is something we all go through to some extent or another. It's the kind of leftover, some more than others, obviously. But this is a song directed towards his mother, who, you know, he's like, basically, you didn't teach me how to live. You weren't there. You were too wrapped up in your own faith. And the extent of that is he had to struggle a lot harder than he did because of the neglect than he should have. How about that? And at the end, he's like, hey, listen, I'm proud of who you are today, but back then you did let me down a bit. And I think as I've gotten older, especially, you start realizing that, you know, your parents are a product of their parents to some extent, and so on and so forth. And each one of those parents utilizes what's in their toolbox of knowledge to do the best they can for you. You know, I'm 30 years old, and I don't feel, I'm like 30 plus, 34, 33, whatever it is. And I don't feel like I'm that old. You know what I mean? Like, up here, I feel just like I'm still in my 20s. Just a lot more stuff to base on. So I think this is a really mature approach, honestly. He's being honest, you know, hey, you did let me down at one point. However, you know, you've done a good job at becoming a better person. And he gives those kudos, but he's struggling a little bit because of the lacking of direction here. And I think for me, this is hard hitting from the parental point of view, because I don't want my kids, exactly what it said, like, there could have been a chance where I grew up and the things that I held against my parents, I continued to hold that grudge. And the fear of that happening to me as a parent is also, you know, there. So I want to do better for my kids, right? I think every parent has that to some extent. You know, you're doing better than your parents did before. And it might be, honestly, a little easier with the knowledge we have at our fingertips currently. But, you know, I don't know. It's a good song, and it's really well written here. So we're gonna go with an 8 on that. That was really solidly done. That's gonna go on a playlist. So far, we're on a great run. Here's the halfway point of the song, and it's Crash and Burn, baby.
Victimized, what shows me leaving you behind. fucking lie. Chaos, yes, there's always so much more to lose. Chaos, yourself, just when I felt the breaking through. A lifetime of life, sucked up with everything gone. No remorse. You never even said you were fucking sorry. You piece of shit. Now it's so late.
So this is kind of amusing. I've liked that song for a while, the last couple of years, obviously. Still in a playlist. But after hearing the first four, that one's maybe not even as good as the other four. It's still good. I really like the breakdowns aspects, and the screams are really, really nice. But like lyrically, not as good as perhaps as the last four. Interesting. So the first leg is solid for sure. That's a great, if not superb, leg right there. That's a solid leg of an album. Let's go ahead and start leg number 2 with the other one I know, Under Pressure. We're playing these through. Even though I know them, I want the entirety of this album when I make the rating. You know what I mean? So Under Pressure is the first start. Let's go. Let's go.
I've never felt so cold. Yeah, you're the young to never know. You're the young, I lost all control. I tore my body from my soul. Sweat is pressing down on me. A second now, I fucking crumble away. Tension pushes me to break. Slowly but surely, I'm losing my way. You may rise above me. There's more to life than this conscious stream of misery. Who am I to blame when the pressure is too much to take? Can you sense my shame? This disease and now you're wanting the same. Under pressure on my own, lost all sense of self-control. One step forward, then 10 steps back. This is what it feels like to slip through the cracks. Under pressure, all alone, was it worth its weight in gold? Free me from fear. This is more than anyone should bear. Can't recall feeling this low. I'm out from the bottom again. Spent so much time losing pain. Just a pain from all the life I lead. I take my last breath, breaking down. Never know just how it played out. If I fade out, lost in all the clutter of sound. Who am I to blame when the pressure is too much to take? Can you feel my shame? You and I are both one and the same. Under pressure on my own, lost all sense of self-control. One step forward, then 10 steps back. This is what it feels like to slip through the cracks. Under pressure, all alone, was it worth its weight in gold? Free me from fear. This is more than anyone should bear. Expected to be perfect. Moments away from hitting the ground. The pressure's become too much to take. You know I'm slowly spiraling through. Crushing in the weight of expectation. Suffocating in this endless frustration. Can't breathe, can't say, can't breathe free from this over
good ass track. Easy 7. Easy, if not mid 7s. Probably mid 7s for me. I like that one a lot. And it's interesting here. Perhaps a good sign. On the second leg of the album, song 7, Breaking Teeth, and 10, Letting Go, have an insane amount. They have a million plays. Very impressive. Comparatively to the first half, the highest one was 750,000 plays, which is We Are All Left Suffering. So it seems to be that people are listening more to the end of this album rather than the first part. And I already thought the first part of this album was great. That's the start of the second leg, and I am impressed already. Let's go. Breaking Teeth.
It feels like I'm breaking teeth on every bite of life I take. Walking through shards of glass, dying to feel something else. Bound to this place, my share is at. Sound up, can't remember the last time I went. Reprison my need for anyone not winning free. The longer I will let the more I feel detached from the people around me. The more I learn about the world, the less I want to see. I don't give a fuck. And why should I? We're all killing ourselves for the end of time. Whether I'm purpose or whether I'm next attack, you won't negate the facts. We can't take it back. Voices keep screaming in my head. Die, 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 why aren't you fucking dead? Voices keep screaming. What's the point being alive when you're after your side? There's no hope. Because I want to be a living outside my love and past. Maybe I'm pessimistic, I think that's a challenge right. You know if I'm being honest, it's time to face the reality. We're all a bunch of zombies, living on my empathy. I'm so fucking sick of coping. I'm so fucking sick of coping. It feels like I'm breaking teeth on every bite of life I take. Walking through shards of glass, dying to feel something else. Bound to this place, my share is at. So numb, can't remember the last time I went. Reprison my need for anyone not winning free.
I'm about to catch a flack here, but this track was okay. This was okay. Honestly, several other tracks on this album I think are better. But that could have something to do with the lyrics as well. Very, very, very apathetic. I'm not a big, listen, I understand like apathy, especially when I was young. And I do think there's a place for that as well. Because, you know, extreme empathy, extreme apathy, both are bad. But in my current stage of life, I think that I like to think that I lean towards empathy a little bit more. I just think that there's a balance to everything. And I think a lot of us like to pretend there's not. The apathetic are like, everything's so hopeless and, you know, everybody's a piece of shit and everything's bad. It's not wholly true. Like, there's a lot of beautiful things out in life, man. Like, there's some beautiful people out there too. And on the other side, like, having empathy to the point you're being like taken advantage of is bad for you. So I think there just needs to be a nice balance when it comes to that. Like, I understand the frustration, especially in the current timeline. It's just, I don't know. I don't sit with this fully anymore. I think it is childish to think that there will, like, especially being humans being humans. I think it is childish to think that there's going to be a utopia someday. there's always going to be issues because there's going to be some greedy piece of shit, but there's always going to be someone to counteract that greedy piece of shit. You know what I mean? So there's a give and a take everywhere. It's finding a balance. I think I used to lean much like really far into the apathetic side of things, and it just honestly made me more depressed. Everybody's sucks. Everybody's an asshole. And then instead, like your friends, your family, whatever, right? And then instead, now I have more of a balanced approach. You know, my friends can be assholes. I still love them. It doesn't change anything, right? My family can be assholes. I still love them, and I still mess with them. You know what I mean? We are humans, so we're gonna have bad moments. And then like there's, I don't know. I think I'm more prone to the balanced approach here in my 30s. So this one, I don't know. I just didn't connect with as much, and it didn't impress me as much as the others. I still think it's a decent song, but I'm probably be like more like between like a 5 and a 6. Mid 5s, low 6s, something like that. I don't think that's going to playlist either. It's weird too, because I enjoy, like, let's say People Equal Shit by Slipknot. I like that. But it feels more like a burst of rage and anger rather than this felt more like making a bunch of statements about how, you know, everything's bad and it's going to be bad. Maybe I'm a pessimist, but that's how I look at it. That's basically what the lyrics said. You gotta find the middle ground there. You gotta find some appreciation for some things, and you kind of realize there's a give and take. Every rainy day has a sunny one that follows. That kind of vibe, you know what I mean? Or vice versa. If you're a rain guy like me, I like my rain. So with every sunny day comes a couple rainy days, hopefully. Hopefully. Stay with me. Track number 8.
Walking towards the edge again, begging for a way down, because I never felt so sick of the thought of another day living without you. It can't stay this way. I just want you to know I've been yelling, letting to grow. Other side, so much at stake. Yet my heart remains the same. So please hold on.
Another solid track for sure. Again, that one was a little bit closer to generic metalcore, I think, but I like the lyrics a lot. And, this one's like, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to learn. Just stick with me while I'm working through these growing pains. You know what I mean? And I think we all can agree with that to some extent, especially, yeah. Good things never last, and then letting go. Oh, another one with Dakota Alvarez. Interesting. Wait, do I know that one? Which ones did I? Crash and Burn. Oh, no, Letting Go. Okay. No wonder I'm an idiot, guys. I just assumed because Dakota Alvarez was on Under Pressure that I knew that one. And I was like, man, maybe it's been a long time since I heard it, but that is a good track. The last track on the album is the one I know. So, shout out to Under Pressure, because that was a good ass track. Good things never last.
I already given enough! Yeah!
Another banger. Another banger. I can't believe that doesn't have more listens, to be honest with you. Only 350,000 listens on that. That's going in a playlist. That's high sixes, low sevens, probably. Yeah, definitely going to go on a playlist. Put that right there. Right meow. Letting Go, final track. This is the one I have heard and I am familiar with.
Screaming turns to tears and now we're frozen. Heartbeats racing, I can't let it go. We let it go down, the passion's gone now. We buried the seeds we sown. Our tongues are cold now, you cry alone, how can we let it go? Just move on. We let it go down. The passion's gone now. We buried the seeds we sown. Our tongues are cold now. You cry alone, how can we let it go? Can we let tears have fallen, now we're left here broken. Heartbeats racing, I can't let it go. Tears have fallen, now we're left here broken. Heartbeats racing, I can't let it go. We let it go down, the passion's gone now. Our tongues are cold now, you cry alone, how? We let it go down, the passion's gone now. We bury the seeds we sown. Our tongues are cold now, you cry alone, how? Can we let it go?
Alrighty then. That is the final track, Letting Go. Again, that is one I've heard, and man, I don't know why, but Under Pressure, I don't have that in my playlist at all, but it did kind of sound familiar when I was listening to it, so I don't know. I don't know if I listened to it at one point and just don't remember it, and I never added it, or it just, I made myself believe that I heard it. You know what I mean? But it did have some familiarities. Jesus, I cannot speak. If Chuck was here, he would have won the brain cell right there. So I think it's time to give this a full rating, and let's talk about some negatives first. I don't really have a whole lot, to be honest with you. I think the most negative thing you could say about this album is it's not exactly anything new when it comes to metalcore. I think that's about it. However, on the positive side, there was a lot of cool things going on. The production, the mixing were really nice. I like the cleans and the screams. Just kind of has that old school metalcore vibe. Some of the stuff, I guess, was a little too hard rocky for my taste at some points, but it also kind of really melted together really nicely. Lyrically, I like everything we kind of explored here. Each song had its own little thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't too like beating on yourself type music, but it definitely was like, you know, kind of like I would say some of the pressures of growing up and trying to be a better person, and it feels like you're battling with yourself, and it's hard. You're also at the same time kind of relating from your like any childhood trauma that you had or any of that shit. So that's kind of what the mix of stuff I'm getting here. To really fill in that angst. And for me, it's really relatable. I like I'd say I like at least every track on here, and there's maybe one or two that were in the middle range, but nothing negative. So that's a good sign. I like that it's so compact, 10 songs. It does this thing. It has a good sound. It doesn't overstay its welcome, which a lot of artists want to seem to do nowadays. They want to drop 15, 20 track albums. It's like, bruh, that's a slog. That's a slog. You're just dropping a bunch of shit and not even sorting through it. That's what it feels like. So huge points for that. And in the background for the instrumental, some of the stuff I really liked was that piano. There's almost like a math rock guitar style thing going on in the backgrounds at certain times in some of these songs. And I really like that. Like, I've really started enjoying mathcore. So just hearing little bits of something that sounded similar to that mixed with that heaviness, really like to see that. So let's go ahead and rate this bad boy. With maybe 2 average songs, everything else was in the 7s at least. I think we're gonna go with 7.5 on this album. 7.5, 7s means it's a great album in my opinion. 6s are good, 5s average, 8s are superb. I think this is a great album and definitely leaning more towards the superb side of things than the good side of things. And it'll probably grow as I listen to it as well. So again, shout out to my boy Stick. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well. And for everybody who has been listening, first off, make sure you, again, go support Hollowfront in some shape or form, whether that's buying merch and tickets to their live shows, which I imagine are fantastic, or just, follow them on their socials. It means a lot, and it's not easy out here as an artist of any sort and shape. I am an author myself, and let me tell you, shit's brutal as an artist, especially with AI coming in. It's a very intimidating time in our culture, and I imagine around the world for artists who are unsure if, it seems a lot of people are just relying on AI fucking slop now and for art. And a lot of us artists are sitting here like, are people that brain dead that they're going to fucking just use AI art instead of taking AI and use it for factories and shit and let more people do art? That'd be cool. But, not to get on an AI rant, but yeah, there's a lot of fear of that right now as an artist. So make sure you support them. That being said, for me, I'm happy you guys are just here listening to this with me. Do me a favor and drop some thoughts on this album down in the comments. I would love to see your thoughts and opinions on this. Let's get some music discourse going. And you can support me by just hitting that like, hitting subscribe. If you really want to jump on in the community, you can join our Discord down in the description. We talk about music, video games, books, whatever comes to mind. Just hang with a lot of like-minded people. So make sure you do that. But yeah, I'm Pyro Slays Music. This was my rating for The Fear of Letting Go Again, 7.5. Shout out to our peeps, Hollow Front. Till next time, y'all. Ta-ta.